Hi, honor students. My name is Charles Roderick, and this is a promotion for my spring offering of an honors section of Art 105, which is an Introduction to Visual Arts course. This course is, in my opinion, a kind of general studies in art and visual culture. I think of it as a visual literacy or cultural literacy course. In general, it's not an art survey course, so we're not starting from the beginning of art and chronologically moving forward. We're trying to get at the heart of, and for me, it's really important to get at the heart of what art is in general, but also how it applies to your life. How do you integrate that into your lives? If you do at all currently, or if you plan to in the future. And so getting a kind of foothold and demystifying what art is in general is important to me. Now, for the fun of this promotion, I start off with this quote here of the best art reflects what we are and helps us make sense of the world. I really like that proactive make sense, right? We think of art as a tool to help us make sense of the world in a lot of ways. I'm going to show an artist I present in the course that every time I do, students are kind of blown away, mainly because I think the kind of trickle down of a certain type of art world into the general public isn't there, and it's definitely not in our education. In K through 12, we don't get to see often this kind of work. And so it's very contemporary, it's very now in a lot of ways. Now contemporary meaning in the last, 30 years. So I'm gonna switch here to a website by the artist Wim Delvoye. And this is an artwork called Cloaca. Cloaca is Roman, I guess it's technically, I think it means toilet. But this artist got interested in creating machines that would mimic the digestive tract of a human, and was attempting to accurately produce human feces from these machines, and successfully has done so. What's interesting to me in a lot of ways is not only the endeavor of trying to create a machine like that, but getting at the heart of the criticism or the critique that he's putting forward by doing this as an artist. Like, why would he do this? So if you look at the new and improved Cloaca, you can start to see the mixing of certain product logos, right? Like Mr. Clean and Ford. I think it's Ford. And then he's creating these machines that over time have changed. There's many iterations of them, and they've gotten bigger and smaller. They're turboed versions, right? So you get to understand what that even means. You can see some of the feces that it's producing there. This is Cloaca Original. Looks like this kind of complex chemist machine. Let's see if we can find Super Cloaca. Right, it's creating these like large trains of feces. Now you can see the kind of mixture of different logos. I want to give you a sense of what he does here. So he's bottling the feces and signing them with a label. He's vacuum sealing them with bags that have that Cloaca logo in these kind of airtight vitrine cases, and he's selling them, right? He's selling them and making a killing selling them, and literally says that he's selling crap to people, right? And I I think there's a lot of tongue-in-cheek going on there, but I think there's actually something to be said by a lot of this endeavor and a lot of the gestures that he's putting forward. So they're often specifically being branded. They're machined to produce replicas and to mass produce, right? And these are all these kind of gestures that are in criticism or nods to an industrial revolution and modernity and post-modernity and this kind of state of commerce or economics or social social spheres that we're part of. And so he's got a lot to offer, a lot to say, but once we get back, we get past the, oh my God, why is this happening? Why would he do this? And why is the art world accepting this? We can start to dig and get at the message, the meaning, right? So I thought that would be a nice promotion of sorts to kind of hook you in, wow you a little bit. I think the course is super fun, and often the feedback I get from students is that it's a bit transformative, so they really come out of the class seeing and thinking about the world differently than they had when they started, which excites me, and I'd love to have you in the class in the spring. So if you've got any questions, here's the information. I'll go ahead and leave this information up on the screen. You can go ahead and email me down below if you want to get in touch. The details are we're doing this in person, but it's also going to be a HyFlex hybrid or a HyFlex pilot course. If you haven't heard what that means, I'll go over it in depth if you sign up for the course. And look forward to seeing you in the spring. Thanks.